RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.
Now, for your starting lineups of tonight, for the visiting Shells.
Beatty, Fenwell. I want to say Justin Piper. Yeah. I think is what they had. I've never seen Shells.
At forward, 5'11" senior, number 10, Drew Fenwell. At guard, 5'7", senior, number 3, Alex Spiker.
Lots of seniors.
At guard, 5'6" senior, number 1, Aaron Archival. At guard, 5'8" junior, number 30, Ethan Gus. And at center, 6'5" senior, number 55, Daniel Kennedy. The Shells are coached by Mark Williams and assisted by Mike Harmon. And now for your Marquette Explorers. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 23, J.T. Lyle. At forward, a 6'4" sophomore, number 12, Ryan Howland. At guard, 5'10" junior, number 20, Bryce Smith. And at guard, 5'8" sophomore, number 35, Travis Helton. And at center, a 6'4" freshman, number 24, Eric Starrett. And scored the points by Brandon Smith, assisted by Charles Gibbon.
What? He is not sick.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dyer. We're ready for the tip-off between the Shells and the Explorers. The tip controlled by the Marquette Explorers. And Helton will work it at the top of the key. Helton holds the dribble, now works it to Starrett on the left side. The ball intercepted on the pass back by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer to the hole and in.
Well, Pfeiffer, one of 4 seniors starting for the Shells tonight, an early turnover, an easy layup.
Bryce Smith with the basketball, cross courts it. Here's a pass down low, knocked away. Tried to save by the Explorers. Save to Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot to Pfeiffer to the hole again, and he'll draw the foul this time.
Well, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers so far for the Explorers, one leading to a layup, and now Pfeiffer will go to the line. So a shaky start for the Explorers, to say the least.
Pfeiffer at the stripe. His team up 2-zip here early. 7:27 on the clock. Pfeiffer hits the first free throw. Couple of Marquette turnovers here early, and the Shells have converted on both turnovers. Misses a second. Rebound comes down to the Explorers. There's Bryce Smith with a basketball. Smith at the top of the key in trouble. Double team. Pfeiffer with a steal. Pfeiffer now will slow things down in the backcourt. And the Shells come down to set the offense. Pfeiffer down low. He's got Fenawal. Kicks it out to Arbuthnot. He's going to 3-ball it and misses. Here's Ryan Howling with it. And he'll work it out to Helton. Down in the corner they go to File. This pass stolen away by the Shells. Out front to Arbuthnot. And a collision down near the basket. A foul going to be called on File.
Well, Marquette's had the ball 4 times on offense so far tonight, and they've turned it over all 4 times. They've got to settle down offensively.
Well, the Explorers going to take a timeout here. They trail 3-0 with 6:54 on the clock, first quarter. We'll take a break too. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
State Farm serves over 75 million auto, fire, life, and health policies in North America. And in the Riverbend area, Tom Lane is the newest face of State Farm. With 10 years' experience, a highly trained staff, and a good neighbor attitude, he provides his customers with exceptional knowledge and service. Call 377-8912 or visit them on the web at tomlaneagency.net today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Nick Dar Shells basketball after the Explorer timeout. And they've got it top of the key. Gus with it now to Fenawal to 3 on the way. Short. Rebound. Beatty puts it back up. His shot short, and the rebound comes down to the Shell. Arbuthnot out top, and a big collision there. And a foul going to be called on the Explorers.
Well, 3 team fouls already on Marquette too, so a little erratic on both ends of the floor.
Inbound pass to Beatty for the Shells down low. Works it in the paint. His shot on the way is good. He muscled that one in.
Boy, he's a tough guard for the Explorers down low, just so big.
Helton with it now for the Explorers at the top of the key, looking for their first point of the night. In the corner they go to foul, but he's on the sideline, out of bounds. Another Explorer turnover.
Well, that's 5 already in the first quarter. We haven't played 2 minutes yet, and they have 5 turnovers.
Pfeiffer will bring it up the floor for the Shells. Up 5-0 here early on. Here's Gus with it. Back to the top of the key they go to Fenawal. Now to Arbuthnot on the left side. Top of the key, Pfeiffer with it. File guarding him. Here's a steal by Smith. Bryce Smith up the left side to File, but too far out in front, out of bounds, and the Explorers will turn it over again. Well, it looks like the Shells may have touched that one.
Shells with great balance on offense. 4 players averaging close to 10 points in their starting 5.
Off a Shells, so the Explorers throw it in. Howland with it. His shot on the way is good. The Explorers on the board.
Much better possession that time for Marquette. They get a nice open shot for Howland, and he knocks it down from the elbow.
Pfeiffer drives to the free throw line. Now backs it up. Gets it to Fenawal. They now back out top. They go on around to Pfeiffer. Here's Gus with it again. Here's Arbuthnot breaking down the lane, and he just missed that one. Cecil Brimage now with it out top, and he loses the dribble. Ball loose on the floor. Arbuthnot going down to the floor to get it, saving it to Pfeiffer. His pass, though, stolen away by Bryce Smith of the Explorer. Down to Howland, takes it to the hole and misses. Ball loose on the floor. Brimage trying to come up with it. Now the Shells have it down to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer gets it in.
Oh, yeah. Hectic possession that time by a lot of intensity on the floor. The Shells end up with that loose ball and get a layup out of it.
Bryce Smith, top of the key, into the paint to Starrett. His pass stripped away. Gus runs into two Explorers, and now Howland has it. He'll work it to Cecil Brimage. Brimage loses it out of bounds. Now saved by the Shells, but off Brimage.
Well, certainly no letdown for the Shells. The intensity level is there for them as they are all over on the defensive end, led by their guards. Their three-guard attack of Pfeiffer, Gus, and Arbuthnot.
And Pfeiffer will bring it up the floor. Guarded by File as he crosses the timeline, works it to Gus. Here's a backdoor pass to Fenwell off the glass and in.
Well, a great play that time. Fenwell comes off the screen, goes back door, and Gus lays it up beautifully for him, and he gets an easy layup out of it.
Allen with a jumper on the other end, no good. Starrett with a rebound, back up, no good. Howland a tip, no good. Now Beatty pulls down the board. Here's Pfeiffer with it up the right side. Pfeiffer into the corner. Gus going to try a three. It's short. And the rebound comes down to Helton. Everlin up the left side. Everlin down to Howland, who will muscle it off the glass, no good. Starrett with a tip back, no good. And Beatty will go up and pull it down with Howland going over his back.
14 fouls now against the Explorers, so dangerously close to that bonus already. And the Shells dominating play so far, up 9-2. And well, you can just see what an advantage it is to have that senior leadership on the floor, especially at the guard position, and the Shells have an abundance of it.
Now timeout on the floor, 3:51 to go. First quarter action, 9-2 in favor of the Shells. We'll take a break and be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dar. Shells basketball after the timeout. Pfeiffer brings it up the floor and works it to Arbuthnot right side. Arbuthnot to the top of the key. He'll work it to Touche. Now around to Pfeiffer to Gus. Back out top, Touche with it. Ryan Touche just into the game for Beatty. He works it right side to Gus. Gus with a loose dribble picked up now by Howland. Howland takes it down the floor, and he will draw the foul as he takes it to the hoop.
Nice move that time by Howland, going strong to the basket and able to draw the foul. Almost got the basket to go, and out of the timeout by Brian Diskin, Marquette gets a trip to the free throw line.
Howland with the only 2 points for the Explorers as he hits the free throw. Ryan Howland played most of the JV game and starting the varsity game as well. This one rattles around and falls for him. It's now 9-4, Shell lead. Gus with it. To Pfeiffer, down low. Gus on the back door, off the glass and in.
Boy, they're such a good passing team with all those three experienced guards on the floor. Great ball movement and unselfish basketball that time by the Shells.
Right side is Everland with it for the Explorers. Now he'll work it down the corner. Foul, going to try a three, and it's good.
Tough contested three-pointer from the corner that time. One of those where the coach kind of throws up his hands, not liking the shot very much, but then it goes in.
Gus into the paint, and he'll draw a foul. The Shells will throw it in from underneath their own basket. Beatty going to come back in. Bryce Smith coming in, along with Tyler Moore for the Explorers. Fenawal going to check out for Roxana. Arbuthnot trying to get it in. Wilso to Gus, right there, wide open under the basket for an easy one.
Boy, the Explorers, you just can't let that happen on defense. An easy layup off the inbounds underneath the basket for Gus.
Tyler Moore to Howland, whose shot on the way is no good. Weak side rebound. Angelo Cross with a putback.
Well, they missed a foul on Howland, no doubt about it, but the Explorers there for the rebound and offensive rebound and putback.
Arbuthnot's three is no good, but Pfeiffer chased down a long rebound. Pfeiffer now on the right side. Works it to Gus, down low to Beatty, to the glass and in.
Great job sealing off his man down in the low post. No chance when he gets it in that low to guard him to be able to stop him down that low on the post.
Moore with it right across to Bryce Smith on the right side. Smith now will work the dribble, hold it up, looking for help. Fires it across to Everland, a bad pass that's going to be picked up by Arbuthnot. He'll take the length and put it off the glass and in.
Another nice steal that time by the Shells. Great hustle by Arbuthnot and a nice job to not slow up and go right to the basket for the layup.
There's Pfeiffer with another steal for the Shells. Gus going to take it to the hoop, and he's going to draw the foul.
10 turnovers in the first quarter for the Explorers. The guards of the Shells are just putting a great deal of pressure on the guards of the Explorers, and so far they're not able to handle it.
17-9 in favor of Roxana as Ethan Gus steps up to the stripe. Still a minute 29 to go, first quarter. And the free throw from Gus is no good.
Gus averaging just over 11 points a game.
Gus will have another. This one's no good. Howland with the rebound. And here comes Tyler Moore up the right side. Everland back to Tyler Moore. To Everland between the circles. Everland tries the left side. Bryce Smith now to Tyler Moore. Baseline, in trouble with Beatty there, but does get the shot off. No good. Rebound comes down out of bounds and off the Roxana Shells. Tyler Moore got down under that basket and run into Beatty, and he had a tough time getting it over the big guy.
He doesn't have to move much to cover a lot of ground.
Angelo Cross going to key it in for the Explorers. Looking, still looking, and now finally a whistle blows. 5-second violation, and the Shells are going to get it on another Explorer turnover. Still a minute 9 to go, first quarter. Shells up 17-9. Here's Beatty with it on the right side, out top. Fenawal back into the game now between the circles. Arbuthnot, left side. Arbuthnot works it toward the baseline, gets it to Beatty. Beatty going to put it on the floor, and he will take it to the hoop and draw the foul.
Double teamed that time and still goes to the basket and able to earn himself a trip to the free throw line, working hard down on the low post.
Beatty at the stripe with 47.5 seconds left first quarter. And he hits the first one.
Nice shooting touch for a big man.
Unlike Shaq.
Much better touch than Shaq, yes.
He hits them both. 19-9 in favor of the Shells. This one tipped away by Gus and out of bounds. Another good defensive play by the Roxana Shells. They have been all over the Explorers defensively.
Another turnover for the Explorers, and an incredibly high number of turnovers for one quarter.
Beatty just backs his way over Sterrett, and they're going to call the charge.
Beatty just backing in, and now a little trash talking.
And now
Beatty
a technical
gets a tee.
foul. Not for sure why they called that one on Beatty, because it looked to me like Sterrett was giving him a little jaw as well.
I think Beatty said something first, Sterrett said something back to him, and usually they catch the guy who says something back to you, but it may be a situation where a double technical would have been the right call, but they get it on Beatty, and now Tyler Moore's going to go to the line and shoot the technical.
Officials talk it over, and now Tyler Moore at the stripe for Marquette. 39.8 seconds left on the clock. Beatty had backed his way in, rolled over Sterrett. Sterrett got up, fired up that he had drawn the charge. And then as both of them walked up the floor, kind of jawing each other, but really to themselves. The officials heard it, though, and that's all that matters. Well, he gets one of the two technical free throws and makes it a 19-10 ball game.
Touche's going to check back in for the Shells, and Beatty's going to head to the bench after drawing the technical. So two quick personals on him. He gets the tee and the foul and the technical.
Bryce Smith takes the inbounds, but Pfeiffer takes it away. Pfeiffer to the hole will draw the foul.
Well, with Pfeiffer up top, you've got to be stronger with the basketball and be aware of how quick he is and really protect it out top. That's a couple times that he's been able to get steals at really times and positions on the floor when you shouldn't be able to get them.
Pfeiffer at the stripe for the Shells. Hits the first one.
Pfeiffer just under 7 points a night.
He'll have another. And he hits it. 21-10 in favor of Roxana. Here's Woolner with it. Everlin now to Tyler Moore. Moore back to Everlin between the circles, down to 25 seconds. Here's Bryce Smith now on the right side. Smith back out top to Everlin, down to 17 seconds. Everlin and across to Tyler Moore. Moore driving. Down low they go. Here's Bryce Smith, double teamed, and now traveling going to be called on Bryce Smith.
Wow. 14 turnovers in one quarter. That's one of the higher numbers I can ever remember seeing.
Leaves 7.8 seconds on the clock. Here comes Gus down the floor into the paint. Misses the shot. And now Bryce Smith with it. Back the other way at the buzzer, a shot off the top of the backboard, and that's how quarter number one will come to an end with the Shells leading the Explorers 21-10. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Darr. And the Shells start with the basketball in the lead here in the second quarter. They lead 21-10 over the Explorers. Gus to throw it back in after the Explorers knocked the first pass out of bounds. Now Pfeiffer from the backcourt. Works it to Finawall, top of the key. Finawall against Howland. Now down to the corner to Pfeiffer. Back out top they go. It's Touche with it. Right side. Pfeiffer down low to Finawall, and that's lost and picked up by Helton. Here's Tyler Moore now with it. Moore holds up the dribble in the backcourt, but gets it to Helton. Back to Moore. Down to Howland now on the baseline. Out top, it's Helton across court to File, and now Moore with it. Moore to Woolner, hands it off to File into the paint, and he's going to draw the foul.
Well, if Marquette's going to climb back into this game down 11 after one quarter, got to start on the defensive end. They did that on their first possession, forcing a turnover, and then just got to take much better care of the basketball on the offensive end.
Woolner trying to go deep to File, but is stolen away by the Shells. Now whistle's blown, a foul going to be called against JT File. That will send the Shells to the line. They're in the bonus. And Ethan Gus at the stripe. Ethan Gus at the stripe for the Roxana Shells. And his first one on the way is no good.
Gus struggling from the line. Sorry, Dennis. Gus struggling from the line. 3 misses in a row. And now another bad turnover.
Another Explorer turnover. The Shells get it back, and Pfeiffer will throw it in from in front of the scorer's table. He'll get it in the backcourt to Arbuthnot. He'll bring it across the timeline, picked up by Helton. Finawall with it now on the left side, driving. Turns around, hands it to Gus. Gus to the free throw line, tries to get it to Finawall, tipped around, picked up by Woolner. Woolner now to Helton, and here comes Tyler Moore up the right side. Back to Helton in the corner to Woolner, and here comes Touche streaking across, and he's going to be called for a foul.
Well, Coach Mark Briggs of the Shells has his team playing with a great deal of intensity on the defensive end.
Looks like the Shells want a timeout. 6:49 on the clock, second quarter action. 21-10 in favor of the Roxana Shells. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at webergc.com.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agencies certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Welcome back to Marquette High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dar, Explorers basketball. After the Shell timeout, they'll get it into Tyler Moore between the circles. Moore left side to Woolner. Woolner just inside the arc, tries to get it in the paint, and it's stripped away. Picked up by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer across the timeline. Right side he goes. Arbuthnot with it. Arbuthnot driving to the paint, kicks it out to Pfeiffer, thought about a three. Now into the corner they go to Gus. Cross-court pass. There's Touche for three, and it's good.
Like first three of the night by either team that time after a long cross-court pass. Kind of a dangerous pass from Gus. Touche open for the three and knocks it down.
Tyler Moore with it, trying to get it down low. Stolen away by Finawall. Here comes Pfeiffer up the floor. Arbuthnot with a three now, and it's good.
Boy, nice job by Arbuthnot that time to really get settled, to get set, get square, and knock down the three.
Explorers have the basketball back. They'll try to work it down low to Starrett. Foul going to be called here. Looks like against Finawall. So the Explorers will throw it in from underneath their own basket.
Those 2 threes extended the lead to 17 rather. A nice 6-0 run by the Shells after leading 21-10 after one. Now extended it out to 27-10, and Marquette in a world of trouble right now.
Here's a whistle blown before they can throw it in. A foul going to be called away from the basketball.
Both teams into the bonus now, so
that will send Sterrett to the line. Eric Sterrett's first free throw rattles in and out, and the rebound comes down to Roxana. Touche up the floor quickly to Gus in the corner now. Finnewald with it. Finnewald gets it back to Gus. This one tipped away by Sterrett out of bounds. Arbuthnot to throw it in for the Shells. Gets it into Finnewald, a fadeaway jumper that doesn't fall for him. And Woolner pulls down the board. Here's Holm with it. He's going to get it to Travis Helton. Right back to Holm. Between the circles. Now to Helton again. I'll work it to Woolner in the corner, but he's going to be on the sideline out of bounds.
Another really unforced turnover that time by the Explorers.
Shells have the basketball, a 27-10 lead with 5:11 on the clock, second quarter. Finnewald at the top of the key. We'll get it to Pfeiffer. He had a good look, but drives instead. Back out top. Here's Gus with a 3-ball, and it falls out. Woolner with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled by Pfeiffer, and that's not a good foul there by Pfeiffer.
Not at all. You don't want to commit a foul that far away from the basket, and especially now Marquette in the bonus, so just gives them a chance to get some points without doing anything really.
Pfeiffer will take a breather. In for him is Travis Shook. Woolner at the stripe for the Explorers. And he hits it.
Beatty remaining on the bench here with his 2 fouls. I suspect he'll remain there for the remainder of the first half with this lead at 16 already.
Woolner's second shot is good. Hit them both to make it 27-12. Touche up the floor to Gus. Down low they go to Shook. Back out top now and around to Arbuthnot. Touche with it. Here's Gus on the right side. Hands it off to Shook. Shook against Bryce Smith. In trouble. Finally gets it to Ethan Gus. Gus now on the right side. Working against Eberlin. Goes to the left side to Arbuthnot. Explorers in the man-to-man. Arbuthnot driving. Kicks it out to Gus. Thought about a 3. He'll go top of the key to Touche. Touche looks around. Finally goes left side. Arbuthnot now in the paint. Finnewald with a jump shot on the way. No good, but he'll draw the foul.
Finnewald, last couple shots, just they were halfway down and came out. And just can't get the roll.
Foul on Sterrett. As Finnewald steps to the stripe now for the Shell. And he misses again.
Finnewald, a pretty solid player for the Shells. He's about 6'2", a senior, averaging 10 points a night.
0 for 4 from the line, though. And finally hits one. To make it a 28-12 ball game. Explorers basketball. And Bryce Smith will bring it up the floor with the Shells with the pressure on. Now Holm with it in the backcourt. They're in trouble. Holm gets it tipped away. Bryce Smith picks it up, and does he make it? No. Doesn't get across the timeline.
Well, it seemed like more than 10 seconds to me, but a 10-second violation on the Shell or on the Explorers nonetheless, and good pressure after the free throw by the Shells.
Arbuthnot at the top of the key, goes right side to Ethan Gus. Here's a nice move. Touche to the hole, and his shot no good. And a foul going to be called.
Another touch foul in the backcourt against the Shells will send Marquette to the line. So the one thing you could maybe pick on the Shells a little bit for tonight would be too much reaching in, but hard to pick on them when they've got a 16-point lead. And on one hand, you want them to play aggressively defensively, which obviously they've done a very good job of, but maybe a little bit too aggressive at times.
Dalton Holm at the free throw line. And hits it. Hits the front end of the one-on-one. Makes it a 28-13 ball game. Angelo Cross getting set to come in along with Eberlin. Now Cross going to sit down on the bench. And Hall misses the second one. Here's a Shells with the basketball. Ethan Gus at the top of the key. Left side to Finewall. Now works it to the right side to Touche. Down low to the baseline. Finewall with it. Back out into the corner now to Ethan Gus. Gus drives back to the baseline. In the paint to Finewall, who works it over the rim.
Boy, they're just so good at moving the basketball, playing unselfish, and really moving without the basketball. They just work for good shots every possession.
Bryce Smith's shot no good. Eberlin with a weak side board. Tipped out of his hands by Arbuthnot, out of bounds. The Explorers maintain possession. Helton going to check in now for Hall. Bryce Smith set to key it in from underneath the Explorer basket. Smith looking, going way back now, trying to get it to Helton and can't get it that far. Gus with the interception to Arbuthnot off the glass, no good. Put back by Touche.
Well, it's unbelievable defense when you force a pass like that from underneath the basket and it still can't be completed. The Shells are really playing man-to-man defense tonight.
Here's Eberlin driving, loses control of the basketball out of bounds. And another Explorer turnover.
21 in the first half so far.
Touche will take the inbounds pass from Arbuthnot and get it right back to him. Arbuthnot across the timeline. Picked up by Helton. Now to Ethan Gus. Top of the key, Finewall with it now. Right side, here's Touche. Down low they go to Arbuthnot. Now back out to Ethan Gus. Touche back at the top of the key. Now cross-court pass to Finewall. Back to Arbuthnot, driving into the paint, and he's going to draw the foul.
Good quick first step by Arbuthnot. Gets around his man, Travis Helton, and Helton reaches in and commits the foul after Arbuthnot had gotten by him with the dribble.
Arbuthnot to the stripe now. He has 5 points on the night, make it 6.
Averaging another Shell, averaging in double figures, 11 points a night.
Angelo Cross now into the game for the Explorers. And Arbuthnot misses the second one. Ryan Howland with the rebound. Eberlin will bring it up the floor. Crosses the timeline. Turns around, gets it to Travis Helton. Helton driving. Now turns around and gets it to Cross. Angelo Cross. Down low to Howland on the baseline. His shot on the way, and he's going to draw the foul. This one will be on Shook.
Good position that time by Howland, and uses his body well to draw some contact and get himself to the free throw line.
Travis Shook with a foul on Ryan Howland. Howland with 4 points on the night and misses the free throw. He'll have another. And this one's good.
Good smooth stroke on that second one. Short on the first one just a little bit.
Ethan Gus all the way down the floor. Shook with it now. Kicks it back out to Finewall. Around to Pfeiffer in the corner to Touche on the way. A three ball that's no good. Tipped around, picked up by Gus. Back out top, Finewall with it now. And Finewall going to walk with it and turn it over to the Explorers.
Well, he traveled with it that time, but great ball movement again by the Shells on that possession. They work it all around, make the extra pass, Touche gets a wide open three in the corner. It just doesn't go down.
Eberlin to Helton in the corner. Now gets it back. Now to Cross in the corner. Angelo Cross drives baseline, stops, gets it tipped away, and then traveling on Angelo Cross.
And the Explorers frustrated. The Shells with really an aggressive matchup zone is what they're playing. Certainly not lagging back in the zone. They're putting pressure on the Explorers on that possession.
Here's Ethan Cross with it on the right side. To Travis Shook, top of the key. He drops it back off to Cross. Cross drives to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot now will work it around to Touche. And now a foul going to be called on Ryan Howland. So Touche will head to the stripe now with 1:07 left to go in the half. 33-14 in favor of the Shells. Eric Sterrett gets set to check back in for the Explorers. Touche misses the first free throw.
Shells struggling from the free throw line tonight, somewhat.
Touche will have another. And this one's good. Explorer basketball down 34-14 with 1:07 to go in the half. Eberlin works it to Helton. Shells in the man-to-man. Now they'll work it back around to Eberlin. To Helton, and now it's tipped around, stolen by the Shells. Fenimore with it. And he'll drop it off to Ethan Gus. Under a minute to play. 45 seconds. Touche with it. Between the circles. Right side, it will go to Fenimore. They'll bring it to Ethan Gus now. Will reset the Shell offense. Arbuthnot with it. Touche now. Top of the key. And now a foul going to be called. Foul going to be called on Bryce Smith.
That'll send Arbuthnot back to the line.
He'll shoot two. And hits the first one. He'll have another. 7 points on the night. Rattles around and out. Here's Eberlin with it for the Explorers. He'll work it to Bryce Smith. Now to Woolner. Top of the key. Bryce Smith now with it. Down low. Travis Helton off the glass and in.
Probably the best possession of the night that time by the Explorers as they get some ball movement and get an open layup inside.
Arbuthnot finds a seam and he takes it to the glass. And that is how the half comes to an end. 37-16 in favor of the Shells. We'll be back with halftime after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tab. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tab, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Darr. We're ready to start the third quarter, and the Explorers will start with the basketball. Smith will get it into Helton. And now they're working around to Woolner up inside the arc, lets it fly. Rebound pulled down by Howland. Back out they go to JT File. File works it to the baseline. Beatty with some pressure there. He's going to be called for a foul right away.
Number 3 on the night, I believe.
Oh, that'll send File to the line to shoot 2.
Didn't really need it either. Had File fading away. If he just stays straight up and down, probably doesn't get a call, but instead he kind of swatted at it and picked up the foul. Really bailed File out, as a matter of fact.
They'll have another. It's the first one. And hit them both. Up the floor come the Shells. Arbeth not with it in front of the Shells bench. Now to Pfeiffer. Left side. Here's a shot on the way. And good. A 3 from Ethan Gus.
Well, Gus didn't have a great shooting night in the first half. Comes out and hits a wide open 3 to start the second.
And now the Explorers walk with it on the other end. Bryce Smith with the travel.
Well, that turnover really not forced by the Shells or anything else. Just Smith picking up his dribble, slides the foot, and picks up the travel.
Right side, here's Gus trying to get it into the paint. It's tipped away out of bounds. It'll be off the Explorers, so the Shells will get it back. Arbuthnot to throw it in. He'll get it into Finowall. Down low they go to Beatty. He'll put it up off the glass and in.
Nice double pump that time by Beatty. Might have got fouled too, but puts it up and in off the glass for 2.
Woolner with it. He'll drop it off to Bryce Smith. Around they go. JT File with it down. Drives baseline. In trouble. And now tries to get it to Howland. It's tipped away, and Woolner will have it at the top of the key. Back in the corner, they go to File. Steps up inside the arc. His shot on the way is good.
Good pump fake by File that time. Got his defender in the air. Makes one dribble, gets in for a pull-up jumper, and knocks it down.
Pfeiffer with it at the top of the key for the Shells. They lead 42-20. Here's Gus to Finowall. Tipped away. Bryce Smith with it. Headed up the floor. Smith to the glass and in.
Nice job by Smith that time. Takes it all the way. Shields the ball with his body and gets the layup.
First 2 of the night for Smith. Shells with it. Finowall works it to Beatty at the baseline. Beatty driving. And he'll shoot it back out to Ethan Gus. Gus to the paint. Off the glass. No good. Helton with a rebound for the Explorers. He'll get it to Woolner. Steps up inside the arc and drains it.
Well, the last thing the Shells want right now is for the Explorers to start thinking they can get back into this basketball game, but that's kind of what's happening right now as they've cut it to 42-24.
Pfeiffer goes right side to Gus, who's double teamed, and now timeout going to be called by the Shells. 5:29 on the clock, third quarter action, 42-24 in favor of Roxana. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now approaching the island of Bora Bora. Enjoy your stay.
This beautiful home contains 8 bedrooms, 2 family rooms, and a private jacuzzi just off the master bedroom.
Hey, anybody up for a cruise in my sweet boat?
What are you going to do with all the money you save from buying your car at Roberts Motors?
Roberts Motors in Alton or online at RobertsMotors.com.
State Farm serves over 75 million auto, fire, life, and health policies in North America. And in the Riverbend area, Tom Lane is the newest face of State Farm. With 10 years experience, a highly trained staff, and a good neighbor attitude, he provides his customers with exceptional knowledge and service. Call 377-8912 or visit them on the web at tomlaneagency.net today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Darr. 5:29 on the clock, third quarter action. Shells getting set to throw it in after the timeout, and it's stolen away by J.T. File. He takes it to the glass and puts it in.
Well, I'll tell you, that's what Mark Briggs was looking for after the timeout. A sloppy turnover leading to a layup and a 10-5 run to start the half for the Explorers.
Here's Beatty with it, taking it to the glass and in.
Well, when they get in trouble, that's where they like to go, down to the big fella down low. And he delivers with a pretty easy basket there. Great positioning again.
Down low they go to Howland. Howland going over Beatty. Shot no good. Rebound chased down by Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot on the right side. In the corner he goes to Fenawal. Fenawal trying to get it to Beatty. Does so. Beatty gets it stripped away. And whistles blow. Foul. Or no, they're going to say it's out of bounds on the Explorers.
A good job by File that time, coming from the weak side to knock it away from Beatty. Otherwise, another easy basket for the Shells.
Inbounds pass to Beatty. Tries a reverse layup. Misses. And the rebound comes down to File. File with it at the top of the key. He'll work it right side. Now they get it back to File. His shot no good. And a whistle's blowing. A foul going to be called. Beatty down on the floor is injured. I'm going to say it's Shells basketball, but Beatty on the floor is getting up slowly. Looks like it's his right leg of some sort. Ankle. So he'll check out. .4:30 on the clock. 44-26 in favor of the Roxana Shells. Touche going to come in for Beatty, who's trying to walk that one off down the sideline.
Marquette's going to pick up full court pressure here.
Arbuthnot under the basket, gets it into Touche, and we'll get it right back and bring it up the floor for the Shells. Now whistle blow. Not sure what the call was there. Shells going to throw it in from the sideline now. We'll get it into Fenawal. And then right back to Arbuthnot. Will set up the offense. 4:17 on the clock. Right side tipped away by Howland, out of bounds.
Shells a little lackadaisical, easy for me to say, with the basketball right now. Not the same crisp passing that we saw in the first half.
Here's the inbounds pass to Pfeiffer. And Pfeiffer will set the Shell offense as he crosses the timeline. Working against J.T. File. Gets it to Fenawal at the top of the circle. Left side. Here's Ethan Gus with it. Gus works it to the baseline. Shot on the way. Off the glass, no good. Gus with the rebound to put back, no good. And here's Woolner coming down with a board for the Explorers. Helton going to bring it up the floor, and he'll get it to Bryce Smith. The Woolner down low. It's Ryan Howling, and reaching in on him is Touche to foul him.
Coach Briggs going to take a
timeout on the floor. 3:32 on the clock. 44-26 in favor of Roxana. They'll take a timeout. We will too. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dar. Explorer basketball. And Smith will get it into Woolner. Woolner with it. Works it back out top to Helton. Now Bryce Smith with it again at the top. Helton on the right side, driving toward the basket, turns around now, gets it to Smith. Trying to get it down to Howland, and he's going to be fouled by Pfeiffer, who closes down on him. Bryce Smith now to key it in for the Explorers from underneath the basket. Smith gets it in the paint to fire high off the glass and in.
Good play off the inbounds pass that time by the Explorers. File a hard cut to the basket. Good body control, gets the layup to go.
8 points in the quarter for File. He now has 11 for the game. Here's Touche on the left side. He gets it to Ethan Gus. Gus drops it off to Finowall. In the corner they go again to Touche. Back out top now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer into the paint to Finowall, who kicks it out to Arbuthnot. Top of the key now. Ethan Gus with it. Gus driving will kick it out. Here's Pfeiffer driving. Baseline pass to Ethan Gus, who will lay it off the glass and in.
Well, against the man-to-man, penetration can just do so much for you on offense because somebody has to come guard you if you beat your man. And that time it was the man defending Gus, and he got open for the easy layup.
In the paint, they go to Howland, and he's going to be hammered, I believe, by Pfeiffer here.
Pfeiffer doesn't like the call, but you just can't reach in like that. They're going to call it almost every time.
Inbounds pass to Helton. Out top now to File, going to try the three. It's high off the glass, no good. Smith with a rebound, no good. Howland to put back, good.
Well, the intensity this half belongs to the Explorers. They've cut this lead to 16 now.
46-30 the score. Pfeiffer with a backdoor pass. That Finowall will finish it off.
But that was just beautiful basketball right there. Pfeiffer comes to the free throw line. Finowall a hard backdoor cut. Wide open for the layup.
Woolner with it left side now for the Explorers. Top of the key, they go to Bryce Smith. Smith left side, Travis Helton. Down low, Woolner now. Here's JT File stepping up inside the arc and draining it.
Nice little shot there by File as he gets inside the arc and a little pull-up jumper knocks it down.
Here's Finowall with it. Turns around, gets it to Ethan Gus, going to try the three. No good. Howland with the rebound for the Explorers. Here they come again. Bryce Smith works it to Helton, now to Woolner. Woolner inside. Howland, a jumper from the baseline, no good. Pfeiffer with the weak side board. Pfeiffer will slow things down. Under a minute to play, third quarter. There's a pass to Ethan Gus. Back out now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer down low to Finowall, stolen by Howland. Howland will get it to Woolner, and Woolner will get it to Bryce Smith, who brings it up the floor. Smith now reached in on by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with another foul.
His fourth on the night. And Beatty's going to check in for him, and he was pretty close to getting a technical foul that time. Flipped the ball up in the air, and I'm a little surprised the officials didn't tee him up there.
Wasn't happy with the previous foul call and wasn't happy with this one, and storms off to the bench.
But the officials have been consistent all night long. In terms of reaching in, they're calling it. So you can't do it. He did it, and they called it as they have all night long. No excuse, really.
Here's Bryce Smith for three from the top of the key, and it's no good. Arbuthnot quickly up the floor to Finowall. Back to Gus, and he'll draw the foul.
Marquette's trying to climb back into this game. That was a big possession there. They could have cut the lead down to 14 heading into the fourth quarter. Now two big free throws for Gus as he can push it back to 18 if he makes them both.
20.2 on the clock as Ethan Gus takes his first one. It's no good.
Well, he's struggling shooting the basketball tonight. He is having a rough shooting night from the field and from the free throw line as well.
9 points on the night for Gus. Very aggressive player, and he's been around the basketball all night long. His next one is good. 17 seconds as the Explorers have the basketball, third quarter. Here's Sterrett with it, kicking out to Howland, going to try the jumper, and it's way long. A rebound pulled down by Gus. Gus headed up the floor. Gus now with 3 seconds in trouble on the baseline, and a foul going to be called on Derek Sterrett just into the ball game.
Sterrett completely bailing out the Shells there. Gus was really out of control, had nowhere to go, and Sterrett a little push, gets called for the foul.
Shells get it into Beatty. His little hook shot, no good. Eberlin with the board, and that's going to be the final play of quarter number 3. 49-32 in favor of the Roxana Shells after 3 quarters. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sport.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home. With no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dars. We get ready to start quarter number 4. 49-32 in favor of the Shells. They'll start with the basketball. Ethan Gus crosses the timeline, picked up by Dalton Hall. Gus at the top of the key. Tries to force a pass and gets it knocked away, but Beatty picks it up. Beatty now will try a bounce pass, stolen away by File. File to the hole, and he is fouled by Arbuthnot.
The Shells continue to be sloppy with the basketball. Pretty good third quarter for Marquette. They outscored the Shells 16-12 in that third quarter, so we'll see if they can make a game of it here in the fourth. Lead is 17 and going to the line for 2 shots.
File had 10 points in that third quarter. It's 13 for the game and rattles this one in and out. He'll have another. And it's off the mark. Beatty with the board for Roxana. Out to Arbuthnot. Quickly up the floor. Now Arbuthnot a bounce pass down low to Touche. Baseline, easy lay-in.
Great pass by Arbuthnot. I can't believe how Touche got so wide open, though, down low off that screen. They've got to figure out how to play the screens. They're killing them. They got to switch on them or something.
Eberlin into the game with it. Rolling on the right side now. Traveling call on Howland. Ryan Howland. Shells basketball as Howland going to check out now. Bryce Smith in for him. Ethan Gus will bring it up the floor for the Shells. 7 minutes to play, and it's stolen away by Eberlin. Eberlin drops it off to Holm at the free throw line. He'll kick it out to Smith, whose shot on the way is no good. Rebound pulled down by Sterrett, and he is hammered on that board and will draw the foul. Sterrett will shoot the 1-and-1. He heads the stripe, looking for his first point of the night. Sterrett hits it. He'll have another. 51-33 now in favor of Roxana. The next one is good. Hit them both. Beatty gets it into Touche. Quickly gets it to Arbuthnot. Bryce Smith all over him in the backcourt, but Arbuthnot crosses the timeline. Now over and back. They tried to get a pass to Ethan Gus, but he steps on the half-court stripe.
Coach Briggs can't believe it on the sidelines. This team firmly in control of this game, but struggling somewhat on the offensive end here in the second half.
Here's File trying to force a pass to Bryce Smith, and it's out of bounds. And now timeout on the floor. 51-34 in favor of the Roxana Shells with 6:31 left to go in this ball game. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dar. Shells basketball, and Arbuthnot bringing it up the floor. Arbuthnot picked up by File. Touche with it now on the left side. Touche's cross-court pass tipped away by Bryce Smith out of bounds.
Coach Briggs not happy about the cross-court pass being made by his team there. Nearly intercepted.
Shells definitely playing a much smarter first half than second half. Maybe a little fatigue showing here late in this ball game. Here's a ball thrown away, but picked up by Touche in the backcourt. It was tipped by an Explorer. Touche now left side to Gus. Back top of the key, Touche lets it fly, no good. Rebound Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot dribbles it back out, now turns around, gets it to Gus in the corner. Gus to Fenewald, whose jumper on the way rolls out. And Ryan Howland with a rebound. Up the floor, JT File gets it stripped away by Gus. Saved to Starrett, whose shot is no good. But Howland with a putback for the Explorers.
A nice possession that time by the Explorers. Good aggressive offensive rebounding, and Howland gets the lay-in, cuts it to 15, and now a turnover.
Here's Bryce Smith with a steal to Halm to Howland, who can't hang on to it. And it'll be Shells basketball.
Well, where would the Explorers be with half the turnovers that they have so far tonight, which is approaching the 30 mark at the moment.
Ethan Gus up the floor quickly to the free throw line. Now gets it to Arbuthnot, back to Fenewald. Arbuthnot holds it on his right hip. Now we'll work it in the corner to Fenewald. Fenewald tripping over JT File. And a foul going to be called. 5 fouls for JT File.
Solid second half that he played. Unfortunately, it's going to end with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the ball game, but really spurred this Marquette comeback. Now another turnover. What? Another turnover.
So that's not a turnover.
I guess not. We'll cancel those out. Explorers had it, a chance to, twice now with a chance to cut into this lead, and both times have made really unforced errors, bad turnovers.
51-36 in favor of the Shells. Timeout on the floor. 5:06 left to go in this one. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank. Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agencies certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection.
Under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
For nearly 120 years, First Cloverleaf Bank has played a vital role in shaping the history of Edwardsville and Glen Carbon, putting our customers, our people, and our community first. It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dar. About 5 minutes to go in this one. Touche with it in the corner, tries to work it down low to Beatty, and a whistle blows, and a foul going to be called. Derek Sterrett called for the foul. Inbound pass to Arbuthnot, works it out top. Gus with it to Fenawal, back to Arbuthnot now, in front of the Shell bench. And then Gus gets it to Fenawal. Down low, Beatty in the paint, and Beatty is hammered.
Shells with just 2 points in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately for the Explorers, though, they have just 4, so haven't really been able to take advantage of the Shells' troubles on offense. And now, as we mentioned, when Roxana gets in trouble, they like to go inside to the big fella, which is what they do, and he earns a trip to the charity stripe.
Beatty back at the stripe, perfect there tonight, now 3 for 3. He'll have another. And it's good. Everlin with it. Will get it to the top of the key. Into the corner they go now. Dalton Holm with it. He's double teamed and trouble, gets it stripped away. Here's Arbuthnot with it. Smith behind him going to try and take it, but Arbuthnot hangs on. Beatty now with it way out top. Into the corner he goes to Touche. Now back out top they go to Ethan Gus. Gus at the top of the key. We'll go to Fenawal left side and get it right back. Ethan Gus with it. Driving to the paint. Kicks it out to Beatty. Beatty to Fenawal. Fenawal to Ethan Gus. Driving baseline, and a foul going to be called on Ryan Howland.
That's a good play by Gus that time. He struggled shooting the basketball tonight. He passes on the 3, drives to the basket, and gets an easier shot. Obviously now heading to the free throw line, and Coach Diskin going to take a timeout for the Explorers.
3:57 left to go in this one. 53-36 in favor of Roxana. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
Welcome back to Marquette Catholic High School. Dennis Laird alongside Nick Dar. Ethan Gus at the free throw line. And misses the front end of the 1-and-1.
Well, his struggles from the line continue tonight.
Here come the Explorers up the floor, and timeout going to be called. Well, actually, it looks like an injury timeout. They get it straightened out. Something with Touche. Didn't catch it.
I think Fenawal bumped Touche, and his shoulder was hurt for a moment, but seems like he's going to be okay.
Woolner into the corner to Bryce Smith. Too long. Touche with the rebound. And stolen by Bryce Smith the other way. Ryan Howland with the glass and in.
Good hustle by Smith that time to get the steal and dish it off to Howland for the easy layup.
Ethan Gus into Beatty. Beatty going to try a jumper. Fadeaway, no good. Fenawal with it. Kicks it out to Arbuthnot for 3. No good. Rebound Woolner now for the Explorers. They work it to Everlin. Everlin will cross the timeline. Everlin gets it tipped away. Bryce Smith picks it up. Into Ryan Howland. Howland to Bryce Smith, and the pass off his leg out of bounds.
Last few possessions, the Shells way too impatient for my liking with a 15-point lead, less than 3 minutes to go in the game, and seems like they're in a hurry on offense. Take your time, work for a good shot, and and take some time off the clock.
Seen a lot of that in the first quarter. A lot of patient ball movement and finding the open shot, but forcing things up a bit here in the second half are the Shells. Fortunately for them, they've had a big enough lead to be able to hang on to it. Ethan Goss now will work it to Arbuthnot on the left side. Here's Finnewald with it now. Shells look like they are running some clock. They'll work it right side to Shea with it. Clock down to 2:20. Here's Finnewald now between the circles. Left side, it's Arbuthnot going to hold it on his hip. Now into the corner to Shea. Bounce pass to Finnewald. Arbuthnot back out between the circles now. Arbuthnot puts it on the floor, and now whistle's blowing. A foul going to be called away from the basket.
Well, this possession, they took more than a minute off the clock, and it ends up with a trip to the free throw line for Arbuthnot. That was a little different possession that time, a much better one as Howland fouls out, I believe.
Cecil Brimage going to come in for Ryan Howland, who is fouled out. Arbuthnot at the stripe. He has now got a point here in the second half. 9 in the first. And he hits it. He'll have another. Boom. Hit them both. There's a pass thrown away by the Explorers, but chased down by Eberlin. Bryce Smith will bring it up the floor. Eberlin to the left side to Woolner in the corner. Cecil Brimage works it to Woolner, now gets it back. Tries to get it to Tyler Moore, but throws it too far out in front and out of bounds. 55-38 in favor of the Shells. They get the basketball back with 1:40 on the clock. Ethan Gus will bring it up the floor quickly. And a huge collision in the paint. He loses it. Eberlin. And then a collision on the other end. Now a whistle blows and a foul going to be called. A foul going to be called on Woolner, though, as he lost the ball to Arbuthnot and then ran into it.
Woolner gets the foul, and Shells a big SEC West contest coming up Tuesday night against Southwestern. Southwestern was 2-0 coming into the evening, and the Shells undefeated as well. Looks like they'll remain so. And we could have a matchup of two SEC West undefeateds on Tuesday night.
Arbuthnot shot and rattles out. Cecil Brimage going to chase it down. He gets it knocked away by Gus. Now Bryce Smith with it. Smith triple team, but gets away and puts it off the glass, no good. And now whistle's blowing, a foul call.
We'll have that Roxana Southwestern game for you Tuesday night from Roxana, 7:30 p.m. Big college basketball game coming up tomorrow, as well as the Indiana Hoosiers head to Assembly Hall in Champaign to take on the Fighting Illini.
Bryce Smith at the strike for the Explorers. And he hits it.
Illinois, a decent start in Big Ten play. 1-1, 2 road games. Splitting with Purdue and Michigan on the road.
And he hits them both. Minute 16 to go now, and foul going to be called on Tyler Moore. Stops the clock with a minute and 13 to go. That'll send Ethan Gus to the line.
Doubleheader action for you Monday night and Tuesday night. A girls basketball doubleheader on Monday night. CM at Jerseyville, and followed by Roxana at East Alton Wood River. Shells Oilers 9:15 Monday night, and then Tuesday night Southwestern at Roxana at 7:30, and Gillespie at East Alton Wood River immediately following that.
Ethan Gus hits the first one and the second one. That makes it 57-40. Eberlin to Woolner in the corner. Tyler Moore driving baseline. His shot short, no good. Shook with it now up to Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot racing around with the basketball. Works it to Gus. Gus drives to the paint. Kicks it out to Arbuthnot. Now to Finawall. Back to Aaron Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot working around. Gets it to Finawall as the Shells continue to run the clock. Down to 35 seconds. Ethan Gus with it. He'll cross court it to Touche. Now Arbuthnot, 24 seconds. Arbuthnot with it again. Now to Shook. Double teamed, and finally a foul going to be called. And it'll be on Woolner, leaving 14.2 seconds left on the clock. As Travis Shook will head to the stripe. Travis Shook looking for his first point of the night. Way off the mark with the first one. He'll have another. Travis Shook looking for a chance to get in the paper, and he does. He gets the point now. Eberlin will work it to Brimage. Now to Moore, back to Brimage. Tyler Moore with it in the paint to the glass. No good. Weak side rebound. Smith stripped away from him. Brimage has it. And that's how the ball game comes to an end. 58-40. The Roxana Shells defeat the Marquette Catholic Explorers. We'll be back to wrap it up after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.